Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Gravity Cheeseburger, where I share my life with you a few minutes at a time. I think the proper word is enacting, but I could be wrong, the fair use copyright law that says I can use copyrighted material, the material in question being Elvis Presley singing in the background. And, since I'm talking, that's considered commentary, which makes it legal. So remember that while you're looking at this YouTube. All I really want to do is sit here in front of my laptop and drink coffee, smoke cigarettes, talk to you, and play my silly slots game while Elvis serenades me in the background, and that's what I'm going to do. Hey, y'all, how you doing? So I'm going to turn this up a little bit because I'm pretty sure you probably can't hear it. Anyway, this is what I'm listening to. The channel is simply called Elvis Presley. If you want to subscribe to it, it's got lots of his best music on it. The first song it played for me was Suspicious Minds. Absolutely beautiful. The sweet inspirations in the background. On point. At the time when they were singing with Elvis, they were probably the most beautiful voices. The most beautiful voices. And the combination of them was just give me chill bumps. Anyway, I'm gonna sit here and play this game, and you're gonna watch me. But we're gonna say hi to the doggies. There's Romy. Say hi to Romy. And there's Bobo's butt. Say hi to Bobo's butt. Last few videos I put up were lives. And I just didn't want to do a live. I think my lives turn out to be pretty boring. Check the t-shirt. I made this. I bought the t-shirt at a thrift store. And just in case YouTube thinks I'm violating another copyright law by mentioning the fact that I made this t-shirt with Chalk Couture products, guess what? I'm educating people of the fact that I made this with Chalk Couture products. I was a Chalk Couture representative back then. A couple years ago, I still have tutorial videos here on my channel. When I first started doing it, there's some really cool stuff there. You can make your own stuff. It's expensive, but it's quality quality materials that you can use to make your own things, like this t-shirt. You can make t-shirts. There's all kinds of transfers that you can buy to create just nearly anything you want. They sell chalk and ink. The ink is what they use for t-shirts and things like, you can make your own coffee mug. You can make your own coffee mug. If you had like a plain coffee mug and an American flag like this, you could make a mug just like this. Except there probably wouldn't be a little tractor on it, and it probably wouldn't say Bob Evans Farms. If you want one like this, you got to go to Bob Evans and buy it. But you might not even be able to get a coffee mug like this, because they change the styles of their mugs every so often. I've got several of them, because I like Bob Evans mugs, and if I were to go in there and have dinner and have some extra money, I'd probably walk out with one of their coffee mugs. Anyway, you can decorate coffee mugs. You can, and I don't know why I'm plugging Chalk Couture right now, because I ain't done it in ages. But, you know, what the heck. I actually still have a bit of wall art that I made using their stuff hanging all over my home. I got stuff in my kitchen. I got stuff in my living room. Every room I've got Chalk Couture stuff that I made. They have seasonal items you can decorate for literally every holiday in existence. Especially the most popular holidays being New Year's Eve. What comes after New Year's Eve? There would be what? President's Day, Flag Day, Easter. They have stuff where you can, you know, those things that you put on your front porch. They're made out of boards. I forget what they call them. Porch boards. They call them porch boards. They're decorated up and have stuff wrote on them like welcome, beware of the cat, stuff like that. You can make those. You can make gift baskets. Just about anything. If you want to check them out, go check them out. All you got to do is search Chalk Couture. CHALK COUTRE, I think is how it's spelled. But yeah, you can do that if you want to. If you decide to become a representative, though, I'm going to give you a little bit of advice. In order to be successful, you actually have to sell Chalk Couture products. You can use those products to make anything you want, and the finished product you can, you know, sell yourself, but that doesn't give you credit as far as sales with being a representative. Just, you know, just saying. So just a day in the life of little old me. It gets boring here, obviously. I'm just wasting time before I have to go to work. I have Well, I've started looking at Friday night as the beginning of my work week because I work the night audit still, but I don't do the laundry anymore. So I reckon I've got to go into Facebook and X and change my bio. Because what they say is, I'm the old gal who washes the sheets and the towels. I don't wash the sheets and the towels anymore. I just run the night audit 2 nights a week. And then I'm not on the schedule at work on Sunday. However, when I go in on Saturday night, which is tonight, I go in at 11 p.m. My shift is 8 hours, so I literally work 1 hour on Saturday, and the other 7 hours are worked on Sunday morning. So I'm still there at 7 a.m. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm not on the schedule on Sunday, but I worked on Sunday. That's how I look at it. And then once I got those 2 nights out of the way, then I go in on Monday morning at 7 a.m. and I work Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And then I have Thursday off. And because I get off at 3 p.m. on Wednesday afternoon, I kind of look at that as having at least the afternoon, evening, and the night off. And then I've got the entire day Thursday, and I don't have to go back to work again until the following Friday night, which basically gives me the entire day off on Friday except for 1 hour. So it kind of sort of sometimes, depending on how tired I am, it feels like I've got 3 days off. But I don't really. But you know what they say about the squeaky wheel getting the oil? I did some squeaking, and I'm going to hopefully be going to working a permanent schedule 5 days in a row from 7 a.m. until 3 in the afternoon, which as far as I'm concerned would be perfect. And hopefully she will give me Sunday and Monday as my days off. That way I can honor the Lord on Sunday, which is the most important thing in my book. Because I have felt guilty working on Sundays, because you ain't supposed to work on Sunday. You're supposed to rest. It's a day of rest. And God wants us to honor him on that day by doing what he did when he created this beautiful world that we live in. He rested on the 7th day. He wants us to rest on the 7th day too. And since we humans with our little pea brains can't figure out exactly what day that was, we've just decided to do it on Sunday. And that's what I want to do. I want to rest on Sunday. Do stuff on Monday, then go back to work on Tuesday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That would work for me. Quite frankly, I think it would work for my boss. If you know me at all, you know I don't like change. Routine is precious to me, especially as I'm getting older. I'm doing ridiculous things. I forget things. I mean, I was forgetful when I was young, but it's getting a little bit worse as time goes on. Of course, I'm getting old. The thing about forgetfulness is, it's a daggone shame that I'm going to do some pretty hilarious shit as I get older. Because I really do believe I'm going to have either Alzheimer's or dementia. And if you have ever known anyone with Alzheimer's and dementia, they very often do some pretty bizarre things. say some pretty bizarre things, and sometimes that shit's funny. So I'll bet I don't get to remember the hilarious things that I'm going to do in the future as I age. And that's a daggone shame. But, you know, I guess I could just tell my kids, hey, when I do dumb things, tell me about it later. Maybe I can laugh too. Like, I'm pretty sure that I told you guys about me trying to give my son dog biscuits. Just in case I didn't tell you, I'm going to tell you again. We're going to hush Elvis up here for a second. Milk bone dog biscuits is what I give my dogs as treats, among other things like Wendy's chicken nuggets. But I grabbed a couple biscuits and walked through the living room. I had a biscuit in my right hand and a biscuit in my left hand. Romy was in the chair to my right, and I just held my hand out and gave him his biscuit. Bobo was on the futon to my left, and instead of, just reaching my arm out to the left and giving Bobo his biscuit, I walked over to the other side of the living room where my son sits in the corner with a massive TV where he plays his PS5 games all the time, so he's pretty much stuck there in the corner. And I just walked over there and stood in front of him with the dog biscuit in my hand, and I was just standing there looking at him. And then I realized I was standing there in front of my son with the dog biscuit as if I were waiting for him to pay attention to me so I could give him the dog biscuit. And I realized what I was doing. I'm like, oh. And coincidentally, just as I realized what I was doing, he looked up at me. And I did this. And then I just turned around and walked away. And believe it or not, I did it again a little later in the evening. Yeah. And I did it a third time. I don't remember if it was the next day or the day after that. But his friend was visiting that last time when I did it. And I walked over there, and both he and his friend was sitting there. And I was just standing there with that dog biscuit in my hand, looking at him, waiting for him to look up. And I'm sure that before I came to my senses, if he had looked up, I would have handed him the dog biscuit. But I was standing there, and as I was waiting for him to look at me, I looked over at his friend, and his friend was looking at me like this. And then I realized, the third time, what am I doing? I haven't done it since, but that is the most bizarre thing I have ever done without realizing I was doing it in my entire life. And that has got to be age related. It's got to be. I mean, why else would somebody just perfectly naturally think that it's alright to offer their son a dog biscuit? This is a beautiful song. Can you hear it? Oh, he touched me. And oh, what joy filled my soul. Something happened, and now I know you touched me and made me whole. I used to be able to sing. I used to be able to sing real pretty. I can't sing real pretty anymore, and this is why. I told y'all that I got on the cigarette wagon a little while back, and I managed to stay on for 3 weeks. I fell off. I'm still gonna climb back on. I am. Just ain't done it yet. But my cough that I had that was so horrible when I quit is back. And it's just as bad as it was. Now, all the other complications have not come back in full force yet. Like, my sinus issues aren't as bad, but I mean, so what? I have to quit again, and I will. I just, but I don't know what I got to do it. I just. The last time I did it, I gave myself mental pep talks. I told everybody that I knew I was going to quit smoking, and I told everybody when I did. I don't know, but I will. I'm going to quit again. I'll come flying to you again. All my troubles are through. Oh, I'll come through you. Ooh, ooh, I don't know the words, but that's okay. But until then, we'll just pretend. I know you're watching, Kim. You remember when we were little girls and we used to sit on the bed with a... Well, initially I think we used an 8-track tape player to listen to Elvis songs over and over and over and sing along. Boy, that was fun. And eventually we graduated to a cassette player. And we would sit there for just the longest time doing nothing but listening to Elvis's music and singing. We'd sing them songs over and over and over. This is not one of the songs that we sang, though. I know we sang, pretty sure Jailhouse Rock, Stuck on You. What else did we sing? Probably Viva Las Vegas, but I don't really remember. It'd be neat if we could remember what the records were. I don't even remember if it was just like a cassette tape that had a bunch of songs recorded on it, or if it was an actual, you remember in the old days when you used to be able to buy the cassette tapes, and they'd have about, maybe 15 songs on them? And each, tape, just like the albums, had a title. Yep, them was some good old days. So what are y'all doing? You can drop in the comments what you've been doing, and I'll read them. Hey, what's up? This is Loud Luxury. Check out our new song Crash on YouTube. Some of you know me personally, and you can hit me up on Facebook and tell me what a dumbass I am if you want to. You can tell me, quit singing, Missy, what's wrong with you? We sang this one. We sang this one, My Way. Yep. I realized at some point in the song there was some words that we were singing wrong. I don't remember which one it was, though. It was a little later in the song, though. I've traveled each and every highway, oh, and more, much more than this. I did it my way. Regrets, I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. I did what I had to do and saw it through without exemption. Each charted course, each careful step along the byway, oh, and more, much more than this. I did it my way. I'm sure you knew when I bit off more than I could chew, but through it all, where there was doubt, I ate it up and spit it out. I faced it all, and I stood tall and did it my way. Now you gotta have some lungs to sing this song. We had lungs when we were little girls. My share of losing, and now, as tears subside, I don't find it at all amusing to think we did all that, and may I say, oh no, not me, I did it my way. I took the blows and did it my way. Our dad always told us that one of these days he was going to take us girls, me and my sisters, to see an Elvis Presley concert. And then in 1977 he passed away. Dad was probably lying. He probably had no intention of taking us to a concert. At least gave me and Kim something fun to fantasize about, though. Alrighty, I figured I've bored y'all enough. I'm gonna hop off here. I'll catch you next time. Love you.